So today, what I'm going to show you is how to create a resume using the KansasWorks Resume Builder. And so I've logged into a training type of account here, and I will show you what you should see on your end, your job seeker account, how you should be able to either upload a resume or to go ahead and create one using the builder. So the first thing is you'll find the section that is labeled resumes here. And if you don't have any resumes currently in our system, it will say create resume here. So you'll click create resume. And then you're going to give your resume a title. And so the best idea for title description is going to give it a unique title that usually is relevant to the type of work that you're seeking, that could advertise your skills as a job seeker. So what you wouldn't want to do is put like Amanda's resume. That's not detailed enough, but maybe it's customer service resume or something along those lines that will stand out. So I'm just going to go ahead and put something here. You'll select the occupation. As you see, it says it is required. You can just hit the search. Let's see if it'll find a keyword here. Yeah, there we go. So just type in what you're wanting actually. And so then you can pick which one matches closely what you're looking for. I'm just going to select this one, admin, clerk, office clerks, general. You'll put in the number of years of experience you have as well. Again, it's another required field. You'll put in your education level. And then you'll answer a few questions, like if you're willing to move to another location for work. This might be helpful if somebody from another area is looking. And this is where you put the zip code of where you would like to find employment. So you can either put the city or zip. Okay. And then you're going to put the maximum distance you're willing to travel to work one way. So let's say I'm willing to travel 20 miles. Are you willing to travel as a requirement of the job? Again, a yes or no. And then it comes down to wage and shift information. You may want to know, what you should put here. And so it kind of just depends on what your desires are. Generally, I would say put in whatever your minimum desired salary is. If you're not sure what the kind of going rate is, you can do some research on salary. We do have a website, onetonline.org, that does provide that. There's some other YouTube videos that go over that website and shows you how to find out the salary. So for this, I'm just going to go ahead and I put hourly in here just because it's a little bit easier. So let's say I want to make at least 13 an hour. And then, and look here, they actually have a link that would link you to that market wage information as well. They recently updated this a little bit. So we're just doing another video to make sure everybody understands how to use this updated version of our KansasWorks. Are you seeking full or part-time? So you'll select that. Again, what shift? If you're willing to work, no preference. And this would be if you're willing to accept temporary work, if you have a valid driver's license, and if you want job matches emailed to you. So if our system finds that our employers are looking for someone similar to you, they will potentially send you some job matches as well if you select that. So for this purpose, I'm going to go ahead and click no. And if I had a resume to go ahead and upload, this is where I would select the file to upload. It does say here the file must be in a PDF, Microsoft Word Pad, or LibreOffice Writer document, and no larger than 10 megabytes. So as long as you're following that protocol there, you can upload your existing resume into the system. However, if you've never done a resume, and that's what this is really good for, is if you've never done one and you're not really sure how to do one, you can just go ahead and click Create Resume. And from here, you will just kind of begin making your selections. Now, anything that you see with these little brackets means that that can be changed. You could type in your own wording there if it doesn't quite match, etc. So you may want to put in an objective statement. Typically, objective statements on a typical resume is kind of outdated. Usually we do a summary of qualifications. So I'm going to hit skip on this, okay? Now I'm going to go to the summary of qualifications, and here's where I can end up checking a few things. I wouldn't select any more than 5, okay? And so I'm just gonna select a few things here. I think I accidentally got 6. Okay, there we go. And then I'll click Update Summary. And now it's going to ask, what information for contact do I want to display on my resume? Obviously, for your resume, you're definitely going to want a phone number in order for them to contact you. So just make sure that you've got that. You can label these phone numbers, cell, home, work, etc. And you can put in a phone number here. And if you had additional information that you wanted to add, you can add those to those fields. Click Continue. And this is where you can begin adding in your work experience. So you'll click Add Work Experience. You'll type in your job title. And yeah, that was wrong. I'm just going to put receptionist for right now. So you can go through here and figure out which title best represents what you have done in the past. Okay. And then you'll put in your employer's name. You'll put in the city and state. And then you'll select, how long you worked there. And if you're still employed, you'll leave it blank. If not, you'll go ahead and add that end date. So you'll update your work experience here. I think the computer's still thinking. Okay, awesome. And so then you can move on to select different talents that you have that you want to select as your skills or display on resume. So I'm going to select a couple of them here. Again, I probably wouldn't select any more than 5, kind of each category. And so once you've done that, I'm just doing this so you can kind of get to see what it looks like when it's done. There. Now it's going to show you a little bit of what it's done here for your bullet points. And if you decide, you know what, this is really too much, I really only want, you can make modifications in this box. Or if there's something you want to change, you know, received and placed, telephone calls and email communications, you can add and modify in this box as well. So it doesn't have to stay the exact same. Go ahead and click Update Work Experience. And then we should be going either to do another work experience or continue. I'm just going to click Continue for the sake of time. And this is where you can add in your education. Again, for the sake of time, I'm going to hit Continue. You could also do awards, license, or certifications. You can do additional information, military service. And then you've got a spot for doing your references. So you could add a reference. But typically for your resume, I would not normally encourage that you add a reference to your actual resume. Typically that's going to go on a different piece of paper, a separate sheet of paper. So to be honest with you, I probably would just go ahead and skip through that on here because this is going to try to put it on your resume. So let's just go ahead and click Continue. And all right. So remember in the beginning, I talked about these brackets and how these things in the brackets is what they want you to customize or modify. So now I'd have to basically erase where it has the 10 in brackets and take it all the way and put 5 years experience in. And I can now either, if I want to keep what it says here, just take the brackets away, or I could change what it says altogether. And so it won't, or you don't want to anyway, have any of these brackets left because they just identify placeholders. So you'll want to make sure all of those are erased. As mentioned before, really can customize any of this. So if there's stuff you want to add to it or take away from it, then you can do that as well to modify it. So I was just showing you there. You will want to make sure that you select which contact information you want on your resume. You will need to check that off. And then it's showing you which job is going to show up on your resume. And it's showing this other information. You will click Save and Continue. And then I'm going to go ahead and click Continue without edits. It's saying we should add in one educational experience. And so we know that we probably should, but we were doing that for the sake of time. And so now what it has done is it has worked up a resume for us, put it in some type of format that we may feel looks good enough to go ahead and print out and publish. So I'm going to go ahead and click Publish. This is going to save it. And then as you see up here, it says download or print to PDF. You could also do that. But this looks like this is the resume again. I'll click View and Edit. But if you wanted to create another resume, because again, if you haven't been in any of the other resume classes, you're going to want to target your resume per each job. So really, you should have multiple resumes. So maybe you want one for an admin assistant, or maybe you want one for a specific employer and you want to customize each resume to that employer. You can go ahead here and create as many resumes as you need. You'll notice it does say it expires in 90 days. It tells you when it was created and when it was updated. So I'm going to click View and Edit one more time here. And if we wanted to make changes, we could do that. I'm just going to go ahead and click Update Resume. Okay, so we didn't make any changes, so I guess we'll just have to continue through it. I wanted to get back to the part where it was talking about you can download certain things. So let's see if we can get back there. Oh, so you should be able to actually just skip down this list versus having to go to skip. On the left-hand side, let's go to resume preview. Here we are. So I was able to skip to the very end of this. And you can download and print to Word or download and print to PDF. Okay. And if I click edit from this page, I just want to show you what that may do. So if I click edit from that page, that is going to bring you back to this section where you can make changes. So maybe I meant to change this to also 5 years. Okay. I could do that. And then just hit save and continue. That's how you can use the resume builder within KansasWorks to either upload your existing resume that you may have or to create a brand new resume just by clicking on the different bullets to create that. Hopefully this was helpful. If you have questions, though, please do reach out to one of us here at the Workforce Center if you've been working with a workforce professional or case manager as well. Thank you for watching today and hope that you find these videos helpful, and be sure to check out all of our other YouTube videos as well. We have one in particular on resumes start to finish if you are wanting more information on how you can target those resumes.